Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually shows you full games of all the tips and schemes he posts on his channel. I show you the good and the bad and the ugly against online ranked opponents. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and break down the next formation in the Washington playbook, which is going to be the single back wing trio. I like some of the audibles in this particular formation, so that's why I decided to break this down. It also does have a very effective screenplay. Now, because I want to have my best screen runner in this particular formation, if I've got two running backs I can use, I'm going to go ahead and take my running back and put him at the halfback, the halfback in the wideout position. So you can see Kelly out of the Washington backfield is going to be number 32, and he's going to be placed right there on the wide receiver position because we're going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to run this formation online. Alright, so with the single back wing trio, basically we have a stick play that we can utilize. We also have an inside zone split. It's a motion play, and then we have a complement motion play, which is going to be the play action motion post dig. And this has actually got some really good deadly routes and a good combination between the routes. 4 verticals, just the base play. So these are going to be the 3 plays we're going to use. I probably won't use stick unless I got a guy that spams a lot of cover 2 against me. Now, other base plays we're going to use is going to be the halfback screen. That's going to essentially work as a running play for me. And I'm going to complement it with a halfback zone so I can run off to the right-hand side because the inside zone runs off the left. I've got a halfback zone to run off the right, and then I've got a halfback screen that will attack my opponent if he does a lot of zone coverage. Now, another base play we're going to use is going to be the play action motion slide. There's a couple ways you can run this particular play, but I'll show you how I break this down. But really, a lot of the audibles is going to be some of the plays we're going to utilize, especially this play action motion post dig, and trying to establish the run with this simple formation. So let's go ahead and jump into the wide receiver screen, the halfback zone, and then run into the inside zone, and then do the other plays from there. Now, what is great about this particular play is that you can access it very quickly from the single back jumble. You can access it fairly quickly to the wing trio. So these are fast plays to jump into. So once again, we're going to put the halfback at the wideout position, and we're going to do the wide receiver screen. Now, going against random defenses, basically what you're going to do is you're going to see if the guys pull up. If they are, you're just going to go ahead and hit this play to your your running back. Now, this is going to be a play that you're going to jump into only if your opponent's running a lot of zone coverage, because if you are running against man coverage, this wide receiver screen is not going to be very effective because these guys are going to come down and cheat. So that's when you want to go ahead and use this play, is if he's using a lot of zone coverage. Now, if it is man coverage, you can always go ahead and take a shot up top to your opponent and hopefully come down in it if it's man coverage, if he's doing some kind of aggressive blitz. But that's something you're not really going to do. I usually like plays that have cuts for man reads. So once again, this is probably a defense you're going to jump into if you have an opponent that uses a lot of zone coverage because of blocking. You've got a tackle, you've got a tight end, you've also got another wide receiver actually going out there blocking for you. So that's why I like to go ahead and use a running back and put him on the outside because I know I'm going to have a more effective runner that actually can get the ball up the field. If you have press coverage on the left-hand side with Jackson, you might want to go ahead and take a shot up top. But for the most part, this is just establishing something that your opponent has to be prepared for. So let's go ahead and jump into the other run play. So if I was going to pick a base run play to use, I'd use the halfback zone. And basically just look for the double team. So you can see right there, the double team established between the tackle and the guard. So if you watch 75 and 76, that's the double team right there. So that's where I'm going to run, because with the zone, they push the guy off the ball, give me leverage, and then I just go ahead and run behind 75, and I was able to pick up a good 10 yards on that run right there. So if you want to give your opponent the same type of look, what you can do is motion your tight end over a little bit, and that actually will set up kind of more of an inside zone type look too. And even against a stacked box like that, you still can get pretty good runs with this play. Now this comes with an inside zone split, and basically what the tight end is going to do is he's going to motion off to the left, and then he's going to shoot back off to the right. And there should be a hole right off the B gap or the A gap or as you can see right there, actually these guys get really good leverage up in the middle of the field. But the inside zone is actually good, especially if you incorporate some of the inside zone play action plays. That should open things up for you. But this is a good way to go ahead and effectively attack your opponent with the running game off to the left hand side, where you've already established he's got to go ahead and defend against the run. Off to the right, you got a wide receiver screen that you're going to come out in your base plays to attack your opponent. He's going to have a hard time trying to stop this type of stuff. So that's why you want to jump into this play occasionally. Right now, I'm actually getting attacked by my opponent a lot. So let's see if we can break off a nice little run right here, where we do have some pretty good leverage, and I'm able to pick up a good 7-8 yards right there. All right, so you got the inside zone split as one of the base runs. You've also got play action motion post dig. This is a really good play, but we're going to go ahead and set the stage with the play action motion slide. So basically, this particular play against against random defenses, really we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking to the tight end. He's going to get a weird release, and he's not going to be compensated, so you're going to be trying to attack underneath. So you can see right here, there's going to be nobody in the area against the tight end, and essentially, eventually, what your opponent's going to have to do is he's going to have to basically put a hard flat down there to go ahead and stop this late release. So if you got a good tight end, this could be a very harassing route they're going to have to stop. So I'm going to run this play against a nickel cover 2 blitz. And once again, that area in the field is actually going to be wide open for an easy completion. So this is going to be establishing that little release route, and it's going to make it very difficult for him to go ahead and defend that. Now against any kind of random cover 2 defenses, you still got that little release route, and you also got this huge play that you can actually hit your opponent up top. And if your opponent is playing hard coverage, he's playing the flats underneath, you can't hit him for a big corner route on the backside with the wide receiver. I really wouldn't depend on that too much. Most people don't necessarily go ahead and use hard flats with cover 2 on a regular basis, so that's something that'd be kind of a route that I really wouldn't be looking to get on a regular basis. Now the final play we're going to take a look at is going to be play action motion dig posts. There is another audible, which is going to be the 4 verticals, but I don't want to really break that down. I just want to show you the motion post dig. And against random defenses, basically we're going to be taking a look off the left-hand side. Garcon, my running back number 2, which is going to be Thomas, are going to essentially be my reads. Now I can leave the motion, I can leave the auto motion in. And I like to do shade. I like to shade my line off to the left-hand side, and basically make my progressions from there. Running back underneath is going to be one of those primary reads you need to go to. If your opponent's not defending the flat off the left-hand side, this is a way to go attack it. Now another thing you can do too is you can block your tight end number 1, and this is a play you can quick hike your opponent with. Because you can coming up to the line. Now, where this play gets exciting is this route right here. You get very good separation. The levels concept and the levels with this is going to get people out of position. So with a really good wide receiver number 1, and the only reason Jackson didn't catch that is because he's like 5'8", 5'7", 5'6". But he's going to get underneath the coverage, and you can actually pick up a good 25-30 yards on that particular play. So that's what I do like about it. But you want to be attacking the flat. You've also got this route right here that actually you can get your opponent off to the left-hand side. So that's what I do like about it, is that if they start focusing up to the top, you've got another route right here, which is basically going to be some like a cover 2 beater or cover 6 beater that's going to get into a unique position. So it's got a lot of great plays against man coverage. You've also got the deep dig route. Now I'm throwing to a running back on a deep dig route, so that's not something you're normally going to expect. So if you're going to jump into this play, you might want to consider actually going ahead and going back to your wide receivers in those positions. So this is what I do like about it. Let's go ahead and jump into cover 2 so you can see your reads against cover 2. So against cover 2, as you can see right here, this route is just going to get nakedly open. So that's a cover 2 blitz right there coming off the right hand side. But against random cover 2s, you've got this crossing route, which is going to give you some massive yards with it. So this is actually going to be kind of a fun formation to run against my opponent, primarily because it's got a base cover 2 beater. I've got ways I can attack my opponent against man coverage. This is a very fun formation to run in this play in particular, just because of the way it's set up. So just got rid of that ball a little bit late. So once again, guys, I just want to let you know I'm going to run this against live ranked opponents with the single back wing trio. I put the halfback in the wide receiver position. It's going to be the wide receiver screen, halfback zone. Play action, motion slide is going to be where I'm going to attack my opponent off the right hand side. Inside zone, it was with the motion. I've got 4 verticals in the play action, motion, post dig, which is going to be one of the base plays I'm going to use a lot. So you guys are going to see this live against ranked opponents, so you can see how people adjust to it. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button so you can see that live gameplay footage in action against real opponents. So once again, to my subscribers, I really appreciate the support, and until next time.